What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stardust here. I've tried to record this video a bunch of times. Today might be one of the weirdest days in Avengers history, and it's very difficult for me to explain. I just set up the laptop, so if there's any sort of dodginess with the webcam or anything like that, I do apologise, but let's get just straight into this. So, the State of the Game blog was a lot of fluff. From what we've seen already, right? It was a lot of like, these many players did this, these many players did that, we're great, buy our game and shit like that, which is fine. War for Wakanda took their entire team several months according to this blog. Now, a point that I want to say is if your entire team takes that long to build 3 hours worth of content that you can't replay and there's no reason to jump back into Wakanda after you've done the story, then you fuck. That's a red flag, right? Especially when you're a live service game. But the rest of it was essentially saying, you know, the next coming months we're going to rework our systems. It was a lot of fluff, a lot of bullshit. Let's get into the actual roadmap, because that is what we need to, you know, keep an eye on, right? So let's have a gander. So here we go. So we've got returning events, Corrupted Vibranium, Red Room Takeover, Tachyon Anomaly, Cosmic Threat, bonus XP weekends. Let's say, right, that these go in month order, because I'll be honest, there's 3 months left of the year and there's 3 columns. It doesn't make sense for this not to be in the normal order that we know of it, right? So let's go with that. So that first month, so we'll say that's October, is fucking embarrassing. That is embarrassing. You could have made a new event, Marvel Zombies, just made them, you know, made them look gross and sell them on the marketplace, fuck it, and just a cool little themed event, but you had to reuse old events for some reason. I don't know why, like, I don't get it. Like, what's this big thing that you're working on now that you can't even release other content anyway? I wouldn't have put this in the roadmap. I wouldn't have even made another roadmap, but that's besides the point. So in November, confront Claw in our first raid. So we'll obviously go through like the entire section properly. But this looks cool. I mean, good. I'm glad they're using the word raid. I always thought Omega level threats confused a lot of the newer players. Spider-Man in this roadmap, which as everyone knows me, look, there he is, look, is a fucking, that's a huge win. I am so excited for Spider-Man. This is why it's so weird for me, because today is a win for me personally, kind of. But at the same time, it's such an L for the game that I don't know. New enemy type, Echoes, power level cap increase, and then in December, resources, gear upgrading. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, how the fuck have you put a raid with a power level cap increase, and then you put gear upgrading the month after? That doesn't make sense. Like, surely you would release those things in unison so that players can upgrade their gear to get to elite mode, so to speak, right? Which I'll talk about a bit soon. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Disney Plus Hawkeye nameplate challenge and earnable cosmetics. The fact that they've put a nameplate challenge on their roadmap is actually quite abysmal. Like, and again, it doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense, and it really just screams, you know, we don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing, and it's embarrassing. But you know, we'll keep going. And like we've just rolled out 2 new permanent quests that reward players with resources for regular play in the Avengers initiative. Oh, by the way, actually, I should probably say this: Cloning Labs not being on that roadmap. Scrap the fucking mission. You're taking the piss. Scrap it. Because by the time you get to Cloning Labs, your game should have advanced way past that point. Who the fuck wants to go into a big raid, a unique raid in Wakanda, and then go back to AIM Labs? No one wants it. Scrap the mission. Save yourself some space on your hard drives. It's taking the piss. It really is. Stop like luring your fans into a false sense of like, oh, they will definitely have Cloning Labs, right? Because it's got to be this year. And then you just don't say a fucking word on it. How do you not have concrete dates for a mission that should have been released last year? No, even, you know, like, I don't understand that. And that, again, is embarrassing, because when you get to Cloning Labs, when you eventually start advertising it, that's going to look even worse on you guys, right? Business savvy. That's all I'm saying. We've just rolled out 2 new permanent quests that reward players with resources for regular play in the Avengers Initiative. The daily quest, Rise and Shine, offers up fragments and upgrade modules for completion. You get upgrade modules by deleting gear. Same with fragments. It's useless. The weekly quest up for the challenge will reward a fragment booster, heroes, catalyst, and units. Units are currently useless. This month we'll be focusing on in-game activities and a celebration of all that shit we already know. There's that skin that they charged the 14 for. System reworks, gear, improved gear upgrading, more rewarding gear, more late game focused gear. We hear you. With the upcoming power level increase, we want to make sure players can keep their hard-earned gear as they progress. Good. Makes sense, right? Very good. The new system will allow players to upgrade epic, legendary, exotic gear from power level 100 all the way to the new power level cap, which I'm assuming is 175, judging by this elite mode thing here. As we continue improving gear, we are also taking a closer look at hero set gear, where it's obtained, and how to improve clarity around use. We'll have more details about all this in a future blog. You'll see a lot of this on this blog, and it makes you wonder what the fuck was the point of even doing a blog. Couldn't you have just done a fluff trailer? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point in, like, oh, we'll tell you all about this in the future. We'll tell you all about this when plans are finalised. We'll say this then. We'll say this then. Don't bother then, because all you're doing is tickling the tip and then saying April Fools. It's so weird. Resources. We're currently working towards a more streamlined and focused approach to resources. In this new system, each resource will have a single specific purpose to help improve clarity, like how Polychoron is used exclusively for upgrading major artifacts, and upgrade modules are reserved for upgrading gear. Fragments will be the sole exception, as they remain a resource with multiple uses. We'll share more details as our plans are finalised. Again, we'll tell you a little bit, just a little bit, for it to make no sense, and then you don't get details. This is a state of the game blog. Earnable cosmetics. Here we go. Cosmetic rework that we haven't heard about in months. We're adding ways to earn cosmetics through gameplay. Yes. Including items that were previously only available in the marketplace. That's good. We'll talk more about the details of those systems in the coming months as they are added to the game. Fucking hell. Claw Raid. We're also polishing our first raid, available in both standard, power level 150 and 160, and elite modes, power level 160 and 175. That's good. I remember that being quite an issue with the original OLT that came out, which will also offer a conclusion to Claw's story in War for Wakanda. This will be the most challenging content yet, meant to not only test the mastery of each hero, but also the well-built 4-player strike teams out there. Collaboration and observation are crucial to beating this one. See, I quite enjoyed the first OLT, but we also have to remember that they said that, like, it would take a lot of coordination, but the boss fight is literally random bullshit go, and you just have to have a strong build to do the DPS checks, so I don't know if I believe that. The Claw Raid features custom crafted levels, new threats that require complex and tactical combat, and stronger enemy variety themed to the villain being faced. New enemies called Echoes, sound constructs created by Claw, that's pretty cool, has been created and tailored exclusively for this experience, with the power level increase to 175 yielding more compelling drops. It is a notable example of replayable and rewarding content that fits our mantra moving forward. Do not put this fucking raid in a mission chain. Do not put this raid in a fucking mission chain. Let us replay it non-stop. Please, let us actually be able to replay content. Celebrating the Marvel Universe. One of the things we most love about working on Marvel's Avengers is our opportunity to celebrate exciting new content from all branches of Marvel media. We'll be offering some well-timed tie-in events coordinated with Disney Plus Marvel programs, and we'll be releasing more MCU outfits as we collaborate with each production's creative teams. Okay. Between larger game updates, we'll be bringing back limited time events to give our new players, why can't I read, a chance to try them out and provide everyone opportunities to earn exclusive rewards and high-level gear. You need to make new fucking events. Please stop living off the same 4 events, especially when those 4 events are essentially re-skins of each other. You know what I mean? The only one that, in my opinion, that has something good to it is Corrupted Vibranium, because that hasn't been used yet. We've done Red Room twice. We'll get the exotics and we'll dip, you know? So anyway, here's the bit I'm excited for. Finally, there will be a new playable hero with a hero event starring Spider-Man in 2021, only on PlayStation platforms. We'll have more information on Spider-Man closer to launch, and you may catch a glimpse of him here and there along the way. Why? What? So you're basically... Okay, so there's not that many months of the year left. He was supposed to be out in early 2021. You're going to sprinkle him in until the very last chance you can get to talk to us about him. That's just weird. Again, it's kissing the tip and saying April Fools, which is all this feels like to me. This entire roadmap. We have many plans beyond this most recent roadmap update that stretches into late winter and beyond, including addressing long-standing asks to quality of life improvements to new heroes, villains, and more. We'll also provide updates on patrol mode and a mega level threat, cloning labs, when we have concrete. Fuck cloning labs. Remove it. I am being so serious. For the sake of just take the L on cloning labs, because it's never coming. Stop fucking not even lying. Just stop tricking people into believing that cloning labs even exists, you know? On behalf of everyone across the world who works on and plays in Marvel's Avengers, we want to extend a heartfelt... It's just bollocks, man. And this is the annoying thing, right? Is that when I first looked at this roadmap, I was really excited. Spider-Man, you know what I mean? The hero that I've been waiting for this entire time. But then I have to take a step back, and I have to think of it logically, right? So so for the rest of this month, we have nothing. Right? We have nothing. And then we have returning events, which again will get a shitload of rewards before the power level cap increase, but we can't upgrade that gear until the following fucking month. So we get a gear from all the events. Alright? A bit boring, but alright, whatever. We jump into the Claw Raid with the power level cap increase that we can't upgrade our gear that we've earned, because that's coming later. Okay? Spider-Man, which is, you know, for me it's a big win, but for everyone else, obviously, you just, you know, scratch that out of the calendars. So that means for everyone else who isn't PlayStation, it's, you know, Echoes and power level cap increase. The one raid, cool, right? Like, that's fine. That month is fine. You know, that's more than fine. But then it's like Disney Plus Hawkeye nameplate challenge. All right, you're gonna actually put that on your roadmap? That's bad. Like, again, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is one of them where it's like I can't even be angry. I just sort of don't care. Like, you could put the game down now, come back when all this is coming out, and you're fine. You're fine. Get some good builds on characters you like, and I'll see you when this releases. You know, and it's like, we want you to have replayable content. I don't think they understand that, yeah, okay, you can replay content, but it's not content that's rewarding. You can't replay Mega Hives. You can't replay Family Reunion OLTs because you don't get fucking rewarded for it. You can't replay Villain Sectors because that's once a day. You can't replay Priority Missions. You can't, you know, replaying LAS is boring. Replaying Tachyons is boring because of the ridiculously low exotic drop. That's a lie. There's a lie. There is no replayability at the moment, and that's something you have to fix. And you relying on your events to bring people in to grind, but the events only last like 2 hours because you never thought of a way to keep events going all the time. And then Wolf of Wakanda comes out, and you do this big fluff piece of like, look how many people did this, look how many people did that. No one cares. People are here because they want to play your game as much as possible, not read stats, not run through events all the time because there's no content in the actual core game that makes people want to keep playing or that you even allow to keep playing. You've got to, like, so, okay, if the Claw Raid is actually replayable, not just what you think is replayable, then that is a really good fucking month. That is a really good month. Alright? And fair enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of it's weird. Fucking weird. I'm not as angry I'm not even disappointed because I kind of expected this, but it's one of them kind of roadmaps where it's like I have one column of things I'm really excited for, and the rest is nothing. So it's like, why should I play the game right now when my builds are pretty comfortable, you know? Anyway, let me know what you think down in the description below. Not description, sorry, in the comments. My brain still probably hasn't really processed this roadmap, to be completely honest. But, you know, I'm just shooting my shit, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. I will see you guys in a bit, and peace.